Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to finish a strung necklace without a clasp. So you're still going to be using a crimp tube and a crimp bead cover, but no clasp. And this is the necklace here that I'm going to finish, and this works because this necklace is long enough to slip over your head, so you're not going to need to worry about clasp. Now, just as a comparison, and especially if you're new to beading, this is what a traditional strung necklace looks like. You've got your beads on here. Both necklaces are using this beading wire. It's the same beading wire for both projects, but this one is finished with a toggle clasp. And you can see if you look closely here, we've got some thread and wire protectors, but we've also got a crimp bead beneath this crimp bead cover. And we've done that on both sides. So the necklace opens up, and then you've got your toggle clasp. Now, if you were making this necklace shorter or you just wanted a clasp, this toggle would look great with it. I actually built these two projects together, so they've got a lot of similarities. But I want to show you how to go ahead and finish this without a clasp. So the tools you're going to need: chain nose plier, cutter, and a crimping plier. And we're going to be using a 2 by 2 millimeter crimp tube and a 4 millimeter crimp bead cover. And our necklace is 32 inches long, so plenty of room to fit over our heads. And I've got it all ready to go. So this here, at this point, where we got the beading wire coming out and the little bead stoppers on, you could finish it either way. So up until this point, you're stringing your necklace the exact same way as if you were going to add a clasp. But what we're going to do here is we're going to take off both our bead stoppers, and we're going to thread on a crimp tube. So we've got that on one side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to crisscross and put our other end's wire through it as well. So it almost makes like a little X in there. We're going to pull that. And now I want to feed it through a couple adjacent beads as well, just so I have a little bit better anchoring point. And I'm going to do that on both sides as well. Okay. So now you can just pull it. Now with a strung necklace, you do want to make sure that it's, one, tight enough that doesn't have big gaps. So you don't want gaps. If you look here, you don't want gaps along the edge, but you don't want it so tight that it's stiff. So I kind of wiggle mine usually a little bit, make sure it still can wiggle, and then there are no gaps. So holding my two ends of wire, I'm going to take my crimping plier in the other hand. And this has two notches in it. It has a front notch and a back notch. The front one is oval shaped. The back notch is more like a crescent moon. We're going to be using the back notch first, and we're just going to put our pliers right in here. What you can actually do is you got some wiggle room. Make sure you're grabbing that crimp bead, and then carefully pull your beading wire so you don't have any gaps. I have not crimped my bead yet. Once you've got it, crimp your bead. And you crimp it just by squeezing. So that's what we've got so far. So now it mimics the shape of that crescent. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn that one upright in the front oval notch, so it's standing on its end. And now we're going to squeeze. And what that did is it folded itself in on itself. So it went like this. It basically just sandwiched it, and now you got a little seam line right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a crimp bead cover, and you can see this is basically an unfinished bead. It's an open bead essentially, and we want the opening facing out. And we're going to slide this over our crimped crimp bead like so, and squeeze. And you can go a little bit slow here and start squeezing it from different angles. So you've made a nice bead. And at this point, you can trim your wires. So we have a finished necklace. It can still move, which is great. That's what we wanted. It's not too stiff, but you see this now is our closure. So there is no clasp. It is solid, it's continuous, and it's going to hold. That's not going to pull out on you. And you have a finished necklace piece. And that is how you finish a necklace that's strung without a clasp. And of course, you always do have the option, and we have other videos at beadaholique.com showing you how to finish it with a clasp. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do check out our YouTube channel and subscribe. We have hundreds and hundreds of videos. or check out Beadaholique.com where you'll see more instructions for both of these necklaces.